G'day, welcome back. It's the Fantasy Farmers podcast. Week 6 is in the book, and we're going to give it to you. Taff's to the left, I'm to the right, and let's go.
Yeah, week 6. How you feeling about week 6 at the minute? Your fantasy lineup, the games, the Cardinals. The Cardinals looking better with Jacoby Brissett than Colin Murray.
Yeah, actually, I had a bit of a nuffy take from someone I had a phone call with this morning.
Oh.
Happy birthday to him. He was saying Jacoby Brissett looking bang average out there, but the stats would indicate otherwise. A 2-touchdown, 320-yard game. Kyler Murray has not had that in 3 years.
I didn't realize it was that bad.
Yeah. So,
I knew he looked better, a lot better.
Yeah.
Fantasy wise,
he also
game
threw
wise,
a few interceptions, I think. So
he looked good. Did those interceptions come late though? Because I know they sort of started trying to just
one interception, so not too bad actually.
Yeah, not bad at all then. I only watched the last quarter of that game, and I thought, he looked a lot better than Kyler Murray. So maybe the Kyler Murray experiment is over.
I don't think they'd do it for Jacoby Brissett, but the way they're going, they could be looking at a top 5 draft pick, and this should be a heavy QB draft. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they take the plunge, maybe go a project player like for those out there that know your college football. I think Leonard, I forget his last name, but Sellers is his last name. I forget his first name. He looks like the next Josh Allen.
There's been a few next Josh Allens.
Yes,
there's been a lot of few next Josh Allens.
He's got the body, he's got the build.
Yeah.
He can rip off an absolute massive throw, but the accuracy maybe not there. But can run like nothing.
I reckon you'd be better off just trading for a veteran because you got the pieces there. You got a solid enough defense. You got the offensive weapons. Bring in someone who's is just going to be a good starter. Don't worry about the draft because you really.
But who is a good starter?
Whoever's on the trade block, really.
Mac Jones.
No, I don't think Mac Jones. Mac Jones does it in a good system. I think there's. Try to find someone who's, I don't know what contracts are looking like at the minute. I'm just trying to think of a player off the top of my head, but I think, better off just getting someone else in that you can just straight away, they're going to start winning your games.
Well, then maybe Brissett is the man.
Yeah, maybe.
I doubt
he's a good backup. He's a good backup. He's like another Cooper Rush. He's a good backup quarterback that
Cooper Rush looked bang average this week.
Yeah, but he's also on a new team. And then the Ravens, their defense is absolutely abysmal at the minute.
Yeah.
But he did look bang average.
Yeah. He's an average player.
Some players are just better backups than
starters.
True. I think that's what Brissett is. I think he's a really good backup.
But probably onto the fantasy matchup of our main league. It's still in the balance for me, actually. I'm 24 points down, but my opponent has Jaden Daniels left, whereas I have a lot of players in the games tomorrow. I got Caleb Williams, Rome Odunze, Swift, so I'm heavy on the Bears, and also the Big Bill.
Jeez.
So I should cover it easily. The projections have me winning by about 10-ish.
Projections don't mean much.
Yeah, they don't mean much, but I think a lot of them are unders in the players I've got. So I'm expecting most of them to go above that. So I'm hoping after the first quarter of the Bears game, it's smooth sailing after that.
Risky relying on the Bears.
They
come through when you don't need them to.
Yeah, but I like it. They've gone through their bye now. The defense is pretty average, and the offense, Ben Johnson, I think it's just going to keep clicking. I think it's not a bad team to invest in fantasy.
Yeah,
I wouldn't trust them in real life, but
I wouldn't like having 3 pieces of it though.
Yeah, well, I think
quarterback, running back, and the wide receiver one there.
Have you seen their fixture?
You must love their fixture.
It's really good. If you talk for 5 seconds, I can get it up.
Yeah. So Dallas Cowboys losing to the Carolina Panthers, disgusting. We were the favourites by a fucking fair margin, and we managed to fucking botch it again. Rico Dowdle revenge game just ran all over us. Micah Parsons looking like the best defensive player in the league at the minute, or there's an argument can be made. Doesn't have many sacks, but the amount of pressures that he's got on QBs, insane.
Yeah.
So that's my take on the Cowboys at the minute. Offense, awesome, but what an absolute waste.
Yeah, well,
We got
it is a waste,
MVP level play from Dak and George Pickens.
Yeah.
Ferguson's looking insane, and the defense is allowing 40 points to the Panthers. So there's not much we can really do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shocking. Okay, I can jump into the fixture if that's all right.
Yeah, back.
Yeah, so the fixture of the Bears coming up. Obviously, they've gone through their bye.
Yep.
That's great. Washington this week. I think it's a good matchup. Both. I think it's the highest scoring game. I mean, before the games all happen this week in the Vegas markets. So normally that's good for fantasy. Then you got the Saints, Baltimore with no defense, Cincinnati, the Giants. It's a pretty good fixture, I think.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Then Minnesota, Pittsburgh, Philly. So it gets a little bit tougher after that. But the next 5 to 6 weeks, really strong.
I'm looking at Reds though in weeks 15 through to 17.
Yeah, so they do play Green
when it
Bay,
matters.
Green Bay twice, and Cleveland in there. So that's tough.
That's not good.
But as you know,
although you're
yeah, I'm a team. I'm 1-4 at the moment.
You're not looking at championships at the minute.
Yeah, not yet. If I can get through the trade window, maybe be in the playoff hunt, then maybe some deadline day moves to try and move off some of these pieces. But for now, no buys. They're going to get me through.
Yeah. I suppose actually now that I think about it, we are pretty close to the trade deadline. We're sort of coming up on it, nearly halfway through the season. Yeah. So I suppose that is something we're going to start thinking about now.
Yeah.
All right. Some of your key takeaways from this week.
Yeah. So my first one, I mean, not so much for fantasy, but I guess it does work for fantasy as well, is George Pickens and Baker Mayfield. They're probably the two best players to watch in the NFL right now.
Scatterbo.
Actually, yeah. I take that back.
3.
They're the top 3. They're the top 3.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
I just watching the quick highlights before we jumped on here while I was eating dinner. Pickens looked unbelievable today.
He did. That's what I mean. We're wasting all this good play.
I don't know. Pittsburgh, obviously, they do enough to nearly make the playoffs, or if not make the playoffs every year. But they obviously wasted there. He's an alpha wide receiver.
Yeah.
So the Cowboys' offense looking unreal. And obviously Baker, he's doing this with no weapons. Ibuka went down this game. His top 4 wide receivers are out.
Yep.
And they're probably all going to miss next week, it seems, as well, at least. So
Tez Johnson.
Yeah, Tez Johnson, Sterling Shepard. And then, your man Scatterbo.
Yep.
Looking unreal.
Yeah.
Although the poor bloke
Did you see him
might not
fend
be
off Zach Bourne?
Like
all-pro defense. What is he, linebacker? Just ran him over. Just lifted him off the ground.
He's a mental case. Yeah,
he is.
How we didn't see this coming. I mean, I thought he would eventually take over, but I did think it would take a little bit of time based on the reports coming out of camp.
Yeah.
But even without the Tracy injury, he was already taking over in week 2.
I think a lot of people were sort of lowering everyone because I don't think anyone thought that he could do what he was doing in college in the NFL, just running through players.
True. Yeah.
But he is. He's doing it. He's looking good. Very exciting to watch.
Yeah.
And it's good to have those players on your team.
Yeah, it makes
a little bit more invested.
A little bit more fun. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it is good. But yeah, I agree. Pickens, he's way too it's just an absolute waste.
Yeah. And a little bit of a side note, I think similar to what I said on Ibuka last week, if you can catch Lamb should be back next week. If you can catch your fantasy manager that owns Pickens thinking they're going to try and sell him now before Lamb comes back and takes away his production. I mean, obviously, I don't think he's going to score 30 points every week like he has 2 out of the last 3, but he could be 15 to 20 points a game next to Lamb with the way that Dallas are going. So I think if you can get him for a reasonable price of a manager that's looking to jump ship, I don't mind it.
Yeah, I agree. I think Pickens and Ferguson are probably going to hold up their value. They've shown that they're able to do really, really well. The Cowboys are going to allow points to everyone.
Yeah, I'm a little bit more worried about Ferguson now after this last week, only the 3 targets, but gets there with the touchdown.
Yeah.
But so I think if maybe it's volume one week, maybe it's touchdown the next, so he should have a safe floor.
Yeah, yep. All right. My takeaway.
Yep.
It's a pretty obvious one at this point. Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker, their value is the exact same as each other.
Yep.
They're putting up very similar points, and they're both very bang average. If you can sell Walker on name value for anything right now, I would do it.
Yep.
If you're a win now team, if you can afford to just keep him because you're probably not going to get much, and there is also the opportunity, not opportunity, but chance that Charbonnet goes down or vice
Yeah.
versa.
Well, I think there's a chance both ways. They're both
Yeah,
relatively injury prone.
yeah. So yeah, if I'm win now, if I'm a 1-4, 1-5 team, I'm trading him away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my biggest one. And for name value, you're not going to get much for him, I don't think.
Nah, yeah, you might be able to. Yeah, I don't even know. Well, what is a quick name you think you could trade a Ken Walker for? You'd be happy with?
I'd be looking for potentially some of the Ravens players that are sort of not performing at the minute. Lamar's going to come back soon.
Who could you get? You reckon Zay Flowers maybe?
If I can go and get a Zay Flowers, he hasn't really performed. They've got a bye week coming up, so the manager might want to get rid of him and
Yeah,
get someone else
actually,
in.
I can see that. I mean, I do have Zay on my buy list as well. So if you
Yeah,
can do that, I would like that.
yeah. I'd go and grab someone who's underperforming, but that can do a little bit better than what they are now.
Yep.
Because I think this is what you're going to get out of Walker.
Yep. Agree. I like that.
All right.
Okay, I can do my next takeaway. Yep. So my next takeaway is quarterback centric. This one. So I think Drake May this year now he's going to be a top 5 quarterback. So if you got him, like you do, well done. And Mahomes, I think he's going to be. I mean, he's already number 1 in the standings at the moment, and actually number 1 overall fantasy player. But I think it's pretty clear. Rest of the season, he's going to be number 1 as well, because he's going to get his number 1 weapon back.
Yeah, Rasheed Rice.
So if you've drafted him, I didn't think these days were still here with Mahomes. Obviously, I still think he's the best real life quarterback, but the Chiefs have never needed him. I mean, not never. The last two years, they haven't needed him to be that crazy match winner with the fantasy upside. But yeah, it looks like they're letting him run this year, and he's probably going to have the weapons to do it. So another sneaky buy I have later on is Worthy as well. So I think it's really good if you got Mahomes. If you can somehow trade a Josh Allen or even a Lamar for him, I would borderline do it, I reckon.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I can't really disagree with it because the numbers are there to sort of back it up.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with everything. And yeah, Rasheed Rice, I think I've had him as a buy the last couple of weeks. I'd still be looking to get him if you can.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be trading away just about anything for him, I think.
Yeah. Yep. I've tried.
Yeah.
All right. My second takeaway, I think you've got it listed as well, potentially with the Chargers backfield.
Yep. I think we got an apology there.
No, I think a lot of people had Vidal as the main man. A lot of people. Everyone's sort of saying like I'm the only one that did it that I've seen.
I definitely had Haskins as the main man, so
Well, I thought Vidal because he's been in the system a lot longer.
true.
But having said that, this is my takeaway. I think you're gonna have Vidal this week, and I think Haskins or someone else is going to come through next week. I don't think it's going to be the one running back every
he
single
looks
week.
so good though.
It's just the way they run the ball. They love having that hot-handed approach of they're never going to just run one bloke out. I don't think.
Well, I don't think he's going to be a workhorse or anything, but I think he's definitely going to have more than 50%.
I think it's going to be a Michael Carter Bam Knight situation again. Everyone's going and grabbed Imari DiMercado, and it's Michael Carter.
Yeah.
And then everyone's starting to play Michael Carter, and it's Bam Knight.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be the exact same thing. So I think I'd be selling high on Kamani Vidal. Because he put up a massive score.
What do you think? And we got the news that Hampton looks like he's going to be out longer than his 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So maybe everyone's putting the week 12 range in because I think that's the week after their bye.
Yeah.
So that makes a lot of sense. So Vidal could have the job for the next 6 playable weeks and then goes into a bye.
Yeah. I'm trying to if I can go and get an RB2 with RB1 upside, whoever that might be. I'm potentially thinking of Breece Hall. He's coming off a bad week.
I don't think you get that done.
That if you can sell
as a Breece Hall owner,
but if you can sell it, this is what he's going to get every game for the next 6 weeks to a win now team. Yeah. If you have to throw in a little piece, go for it. But yeah, I'm going to try and sell.
I think the same trade as what you did last week, the Michael Carter for T. Higgins. I think it'd be the same situation.
Yeah, I'd do Vidal for T. Higgins. Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be way too volatile.
Oh, it is, yeah. I agree, yeah.
And it's a waiver claim. You picked him up off waivers last week for free.
I can probably jump onto that. I think we talked Might have been before the pod. I'm not sure if it was during, but I still see him going and trading for an RB, especially with this Hampton news. I think they're a win now team. They're in the playoff hunt.
Yeah.
I know the Saints came out and denied that Kamara's on the trade block or whatever they said. I just makes a lot of sense for both teams. Saints are terrible. They're obviously not winning now. They're tanking. Why not get rid of a aging performing player, even if it's for a late pick, like I don't know, maybe a fourth round pick, whatever it is. Just some sort of trade value, and a team that he would complement Hampton as it going into the last few weeks of the season. They would complement each other so well.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see. I think I don't know. Yeah, it's so hard to predict. The Saints already come out and said we're not going to trade him.
I think
But
that's just what teams do.
Yeah, it could be another couple of losses, and they might go exactly what you're saying. Oh, let's get rid of him. Let's go get a couple more picks in.
Yeah.
See what we can do. And the Chargers are a win now team. I think the Chargers, keep saying the Chargers, the Chiefs, and the Bears are the teams that he could potentially end up on.
The Chiefs make a lot of sense as well. I think I don't see the Bears doing it just because they're not as win now as the other two.
Swift's looking pretty bang average. I think the Bears if they win a few games.
I think there might be some other trade targets for the Bears. I'm thinking a Ken Walker or a Brees Hall could end up there. But both looking like they could be on the out. Maybe Brees Hall was more of an end of the year play now that Braylon Allen's out for most of the season. But Ken Walker potentially could be on the trade block from what I've heard.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be interesting to see if Kenneth Walker moves, especially with Seattle sort of winning their games.
Yeah, so I think if they start to drop off and get out of the playoff hunt, I could see something happening there. But I'm pretty confident both Brees Hall and Ken Walker won't be on their teams next year.
Yeah, okay.
They're both coming off their rookie deals.
Yeah. Brees Hall, I could see more. So
yeah, he's come out and said he wants to stay. I don't know why he'd want to. I'd be keen for a move, and yeah, I think he'll get paid somewhere else.
Yeah, I agree. All right.
Next one.
Next one
will be a beer review. So the next one is a beer review.
Beer review. Miller Chill Lager with real lime.
Real lime. I highly doubt that. I believe this is a American beer deck.
Slowly brewed, lower carb. I got no idea.
American beer for you Yanks out there. 1.2, 1.0 standards.
Hey, it's 1.0. You say 1.2?
Yeah, made a mistake. Honest man's mistake.
4%, one standard drink for all of the viewers, Daryl.
He probably skips this part. He hates beer.
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to give it a.
Oh wow.
A 2. I'm not a big fan. I'll drink it. It's easy drinking, but
you can actually. Yeah, it is a bit limey. I don't mind it. It's a lot better than any of the IPAs, the intense pale ales.
Yeah, they're those intense ones.
What is this out of 7? I should know that.
Tom Brady Super Leagues.
I can't say that. I'm gonna say 3.
Oh,
almost 4.
Yeah, I'm going 2. Out of a can, out of a bottle. This is much nicer, and obviously when it's in date.
Yeah, well, that would help.
Yeah.
That's actually not bad. Don't mind it.
No. So a 2 and a 3. Not bad, but if you think you can do better, email us at thefantasyfatherspodcast@gmail.com. And we'd love to try your beer. Send us a slab or 2 or 10, and we'll try them one by one.
Yep. All
right. Back into it.
I've already done. My next takeaway. Again, this is similar to last week, but he's done the exact same thing again, and I sort of touched on it. Rico. He's got back-to-back 30-point plus games, 200 yards in both games.
Unbelievable, really.
The Panthers can't bench. They can't bench him again.
No.
I think it's going to be a 50-50 split. They've just paid Chuba, so they can't bench him either. But you can't. I think with how good he's done, you got to keep giving him carries.
Yep.
I think that's my biggest takeaway there. It's bad news for Chuba owners. If you've got him, you were sort of hoping on that workhorse role. I think he's lost it well and truly.
I think it's bad news for the Panthers' passing game as well, actually. So they're going to
Yeah,
have two guys that can just pound the rock over and over again.
yeah, 100%. Yeah, so I think it's pretty similar to last week, but he's done it again, reinforced it. I think Grass for Rico owners, terrible for Tuber owners, especially if you've got him as your RB1 for the people that went 0 RB when they drafted.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my biggest one there.
Yep, no, I totally agree. My next one is for those injuries out there, so similar to the Hubbard situation, but I think this season injuries are much more frequent than we have experienced. Well, we've been experiencing a lot of injuries the last few years, but this year, the last 2 to 3 weeks, seems to have gone really crazy. So I'm normally a strong advocate of doing 2-for-1 trades where you can to upgrade or tier up in your starting lineup. But I think for now, especially with the buyers going on, I would probably hold your depth where you can. Because this week looks like we lost Igbuka, Wilson, and Puka, all about to miss some amount of time, whether it's one or multiple weeks. We'll find out later. But yeah, I'd be keeping your depth for now. Otherwise, if you get an injury, you might lose a few matchups, and then you're struggling to make the playoffs.
Yeah, even in our main league, you can sort of see there's a lot of teams now that their depth is just abysmal. The matchup that I've just had, he was missing Nico Collins and George Mason.
Yep.
So two very solid starters, and he's got the worst score out of everyone.
Yeah.
I had a full squad because I had a look. Every single player on my team has a buy in either week 10 or 14.
That's handy.
So I'm cooked. Whoever has me that week, they're going to win.
I hope I do.
It's everyone's week 14. Heaps on week 14, but yeah, he's all right. He's not looking too bad, but yeah, if you're sort of coming into these weeks and your standings already aren't looking too flash, and you got a heap of players on buy, it's going to make things very difficult. So keep that depth.
Yeah, I think so. At least this year, and then once you get into the week 10 or week 12, whenever you got your fantasy trade deadline, then maybe you can look to make that tier up if you're in a good enough position. But otherwise, I think keeping the depth is going to be important this year.
Yeah. Even another one on that, I think now you sort of know how you're looking for playoffs. You're sort of getting an idea, especially if you're going to win this week. If you're looking at, I don't know, what are we, week 6? If you're looking at 5 wins plus, you could probably start looking at your fantasy, the playoffs. Really look at those matchups now, because I think really if you're looking at if you get about 7 to 8 wins, you've sort of locked yourself in. That's sort of the magic number.
7 would be 7 and 7.
Yeah.
I think 8.
7 to 8, depending on your league. I think 7 to 8. That's got you there.
Yeah.
So if you're already almost there, you're sort of 1 or 2 wins off. I think it's a good time to start looking at fantasy playoffs. Look at the teams that sort of have good matchups, the players that have good matchups, and start targeting the teams that need a win now.
Yeah.
Go and
agree. Yep.
Yeah, potentially like you look at your Hamptons, that sort of thing. Go and grab them.
Agreed. Yep.
A little bit off topic, but
no, I think it makes a lot of sense because maybe if you're the opposite, where you're obviously not in a win now, maybe you're going to be 0 and 6 or 1 and 5, even 2 and 4. It's still borderline. If you got them injured players, I'm not holding. I'm selling.
Yeah.
Selling for something that can win now because there's every chance that when these guys come back, they're going to re-aggravate it, and then you're pushing your season even further down the line and probably pushing it into the toilet, I'd say.
Yeah, I think as well at this point, if you're 0 and 5, don't panic. Like you're probably gonna have to make a lot of trades, but it still is possible to come back because I did it last season. I was 0 and 5, and I had to win every single week after that. But it is possible, so don't go and sell the farm and just give up. Keep trying.
That was an amazing run. Yep.
But I got one more takeaway.
One more? Yep, so do I. I think it's for the same team.
All right. My last one, not really a takeaway, but it's just sort of a question mark. Quinton Judkins. Is he the workhorse? I don't know if it's like a blip on the radar, but it sort of looked like, do we go and grab Dylan Sampson again? Or I don't know. Not a big one, but yeah, just something to monitor, I guess. What's happening with Judkins?
Yeah, well, I think I saw Ford actually outsnapped him this week.
Until we go and grab Jerome Ford.
I don't think. I think the offense just isn't good enough. Anyway, I think Judkins is going to have his good games because he's a great running back. Yeah, I don't have much thought on it actually.
No,
Just they're not good enough. It's not really an offense I'm keen to hold and handcuff as a bench spot.
nah, I think them and the Titans, you sort of just
Yeah,
like Jerry Judy's probably their best receiver, and you could probably drop him.
yeah, he's borderline. He'll get picked up straight away by someone else, but
It's all name value.
can you start him? Probably not.
Yeah, like I don't think he's really averaging that many points per game.
Well, I think he had 13 targets this week, but still scored under 10.
Yeah. So
if you're not doing it on
actually,
13 targets, yeah.
Yeah, he had 13 targets on like 45 yards.
Yeah.
It was like astronomically low.
Yeah, because Gabriel, he's stepping back and then first read every time. So
well, Harold Fannin, he's going to be a big beneficiary of that.
Yeah,
was that your next?
Yeah, that's my next take. Okay. So looks like Njoku's out. I don't have any update on the injury news, but
Fannin, he's at his knee.
Are you thinking ACL?
Not an ACL, but initially they came out saying, it's a hamstring injury. Later they've come out and said it's a knee injury.
Okay, so that could indicate a lot of weeks.
Yeah.
And I think Fannin's a top 5 tight end while Njoku's out, especially with the way Gabriel is playing.
Yeah, I agree. Njoku missed a few weeks last year as well because of injury. So.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, so yeah, if you got Fannin, well done. I mean, he's not someone I'd be going out and trading for, I don't think. But yeah, I think you've probably lucked yourself into a top 5 tight end for at least the next few weeks.
Yeah, if you held on to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, right. That's it for my takeaways. So we can
going straight into the other.
Move into the buys.
Yeah, we'll go buys. I'll just bang mine out pretty quick.
Yep.
Well, actually, before we start this, one thing that I've sort of picked up over the time, if you've got kickers in your league still, don't hold on to the one that you drafted.
Definitely. Yeah.
Make sure you keep sort of looking at what's available. And
so
a good one at the minute, the best way to do it, I think, look at what players are averaging now, because we're sort of almost halfway. The weekly average is going to give you the best indicator of who's doing well.
Yep.
Easy. I think one of the better ones you could probably pick up is Eddie Pinheiro, the 49ers new kicker, who I think they picked him up in week 2. So no one would have drafted him as he was a free agent.
Yeah.
So things like that. If you get into this point, make sure you're looking at these kickers, because they can put up some very high scores.
I think another one that might be on waivers in your league as well is Fanban, coming off the bye with Houston. Yep. He was a top, I think he was number 2 kicker behind Butter last year. Or maybe number 3, Butter Aubrey. You haven't heard that?
No.
Okay, well, that's his nickname.
Oh, I had no idea.
I think he was a number 2, if not number 3, last year. Behind him, and they're just reliable kickers. Same as I did the same thing with Boswell this last week. I think the guy that had him dropped him because he was on by week 5. Picked him up, and he just scored 15 points.
Yeah,
which is like I'd be happy if my wide receiver or running back scored that. So to get out of a kicker,
really and good. Anyone who's playing in a dome consistently, that's who you want as well, because they don't have to worry about weather conditions. So your Brandon Aubreys, your Bates for the Lions, all these sort of players that play in domes, you know they're going to have favorable conditions. So they're the ones I'm sort of looking at this point. Just have a quick look who's averaging what, and you never know. Last season it was the Siebert for the Commanders. No one picked him up because he was a name that no one really knew, but he was averaging the most points at one point until he got injured.
Yeah. So.
That's a little bit off topic, but
I like it because no one talks about kickers. So
go and get a good kicker. But buys.
Yeah, we can get into the.
All right. My 3 buys. I got Drake May. He's looking awesome. I think.
What's a quick someone you'd be comfortable trading for
him? If I had Josh Allen, I'd go and see what the Drake May manager has in his depth pieces. Maybe like a good wide receiver or a good running back.
Yep.
And Josh Allen. and Drake May, sorry, for Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Because Josh
like
Allen, Drake May, they're going to score pretty similar. Josh Allen's going to have a bit more week to week.
Yeah.
But if you can get Drake May plus something else,
Yep.
which is definitely something you probably do,
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I'd be doing that because the scoring difference, I don't really think it's going to be too different, too drastic.
No, I really like that. That makes a lot of sense, yeah.
My second one, again, I had him last week. Ilik Ayumno.
I'm not going to try.
Good. With Calvin Ridley going down, they're not going to rush him back. The Titans are looking woeful.
Yeah.
But if it's a PPR league, he's probably going to get a shitload of targets. So yeah, that's why I'm saying buy him. He's going to be cheap, and he's probably going to be that wide receiver one there.
Yeah.
And my last one, Derrick Henry.
Yep, the king.
Yeah, he's shown that he doesn't need a massive play to get score points. He's just
going to keep grinding it.
Yeah, he's going to keep grinding. He's not going to rely on one massive play to win your week sort of thing. He's just going to give you a good consistent score. I think the fumbling's sort of behind him, and there's a bye coming up, so that'll drop his price, and then Lamar's coming back as well. So I think, Derrick Henry's another buy for me.
Yeah, I love that because he's my first buy actually. He's my biggest buy. He looked great this week. The only reason maybe he didn't pop off for an even bigger score is he was missing the touchdown. But obviously, I think once Lamar's back, like you said, he's going to be scoring them. He's going to probably be getting one a week like he always seems to do. So he's a massive buy for me this week. If you can hold him through the buy or buy him going onto his buy, definitely trying to do it. As you know, I'm hopefully going to be 2-4 in our league. Potentially could be 1-5, so that'll be disastrous. But I'm coming up against the manager that his two main weapons, Cook and Josh Allen, are on bye in week 8. That's the only week 7. That's the only reason why I'm going to be holding Henry in my position, because then his fixture afterwards is unreal. But if you can afford to hold him, do it. Yeah, if you have to sell him, this might be a good sell point. But yeah, I'm definitely buying.
Yep.
I'm in the buy position. Next up, similar point is Zay Flowers. I think the Baltimore offense is going to be back up and running once Lamar's back after the bye. So I think he's a pretty easy buy. Javonte Williams from Dallas, lowest score of the year so far, but it was actually his highest snap share. So yeah, I think he's just going to be the bell cow. And with Sanders out for the year now, Jaden Blue's not really looking like much. I think he's a safe top 10 RB for me. If not, maybe top 8, around the 8 mark now. Last one, it's a bit of a sneaky one, and I think it's against the grain. I haven't really seen anyone putting his name out there. It's Xavier Worthy. I think all the hype is for Rice now, but Worthy's had a bit of injury troubles. And he's had 2 decent weeks the last 2 weeks, while clearly being hampered. But I think with Rice coming back, obviously it's going to take away volume for him. But I think he's just going to be so efficient, and Rice is going to open it up underneath while Worthy and maybe Thornton or Hollywood Brown is running deep. I think he's going to be he might be a bit boom bust like Jameson Williams, but I think it's going to be a lot more booms than busts.
Yeah, okay. I agree with all of it. Xavier Worthy is definitely a good one. I think you're spot on. Everyone sort of shifted their focus on Rashee Rice, so potentially does open up a little buy low sort of.
Yeah.
If the manager's sort of getting a little bit worried
that the manager
production is going to drop off.
I think he's got 5 or so receivers that are all in the same mark. So he might.
Who has he?
Daryl. He's got him.
Oh, he doesn't trade.
Jameson, Say Flowers, Pearsall. Yeah, he doesn't trade, no.
He doesn't trade.
Unless he's absolutely robbing you.
Yeah, good luck. He'll only try to fleece you.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do.
Good luck. But yeah, no. I do like it though. It is a good call. Zay Flowers, Rashee Rice. Xavier Worthy.
Yep.
Yeah, gross.
You got some holds?
I do. Got some hold and sells. Here we go. You gave me that idea. My first hold is one of your buys, Javonte Williams. I think holding.
Like it. Yep.
I didn't realize he had his highest snap share of the season.
Yeah, just a little sneaky one.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Jaden Blue looked very lackluster, but you don't really expect much out of him. He's only just sort of been activated.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, I think hold Javonte Williams. You're a madman if you try to sell him now. At a discount. If you're going to sell him for something very, very good.
Yep.
Second hold, Brees Hall. Again, similar. He had a bad score, but I think it's going to be his worst one.
Yeah, I think he just come up against. I'm
A
someone
Ripper
that
defense.
just bought him the
Yeah.
night before the game. Yeah, just come up against a Ripper defense. I've
Yeah.
come off 2 games, I think 16 and 17 points, and that's with no touchdowns. He still hasn't scored one on the year. I think
Hasn't he?
no, he hasn't. So
Oh, sure.
I'm pretty confident it'll come. Obviously, playing in a terrible team, but
Yeah, will it come?
yeah,
This Field's going to get it down the
if not, I think they're just gonna.
This Field's going to get it down the field.
Yeah, they're gonna have. He's a bit of a PPR target merchant. He actually had no targets this week, which is a bit of a shame.
Yeah.
But 22 carry opportunities. He's the workhorse there now with no Braylon Allen for the time being. Yeah, so I like that. I like it as a hold to take away your segment.
Yeah, no, way off topic as well. Justin Fields, I saw he had the worst quarterback passing game since 1990 something.
Yeah, I saw 27 years, so that makes sense.
Yeah, it was terrible. I can't remember the amount of yards he threw for, but it was abysmal.
I think he threw for 47.
Yeah,
but if you include the sacks and how far back it went, it was
negative.
negative 10.
Yeah, it was
So
the
I think
worst one in nearly 30 years.
Yeah, the term is all-purpose yards.
Yep.
So
yeah, rushing, passing, all that good stuff.
Shocking. Yeah.
Yeah, real bad. But my third hold, J.K. Dobbins. Exactly the same. Same thing for all 3 running backs. They've had off weeks. Don't sell them. Keep them. Bye weeks coming up. Just don't sell or buy. Just hold.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah, that is me for my holds.
Yeah, I didn't do any holds this week, so I could probably jump straight into the sells.
Yep.
I think it's a bit of a controversial one, so I'm surprised you've actually got it as well.
Yeah.
It's Tetarola McMillan.
Tetarola.
Yeah, he's I was a big buy on him about a week or 2 ago, and I did it. I brought him off you in the league because he had that target volume, waiting for that rookie bump, and he sort of got it this week against the Cowboys with his 2 touchdowns, but the volume went way down from
3 targets.
Yeah, I think 5 targets, 3 receptions.
3 receptions.
But yeah, he was averaging nearly 10 targets, and down to 5 is a big step down. And to score 2 touchdowns and still be under 18 points, I don't think Bryce Young and that offense can support him. And as I mentioned in our takeaways, when you got a running back like Rico doing what he's done the last 2 weeks, and Chuba Hubbard presumably coming back next week, I think they're just going to run the ball.
Yeah. I've got him in my sells as well, so I agree with everything you said.
So I think you can sell him relatively high. He's a rookie that's just getting better and better each week, and I still think he'll be a good wide receiver. I've got in the notes here, I'm thinking around the 20 to 25 ranked in the wide receiver mark rest of the year. But I had him as high as potentially 10 to 12 or 10 to 15 he could get to. But yeah, I just don't think he can get there now.
I got AJ Brown in that trade. Would you prefer AJ Brown or Ted McMillan now?
Based on what I'm thinking here, I think
last couple of games AJ Brown's had 9 targets.
I think I would still prefer Ted because there is a chance that being the rookie he can take off. I think AJ Brown is not doing much more than what he's done the last 2 weeks. He's getting the targets.
Last week he was solid. Put up 14.
Yeah.
I think he had about 80 yards.
Yeah, I don't know. That offense is
14 points, no touchdowns.
That offense is a bit of a mess, and I think
this time last year that offense was looking pretty bang average.
That offense was. Well, he started hot actually, AJ Brown last year, and then he died off about halfway through the year.
I think it became a Saquon show.
Well,
yeah. And Saquon's looking not too crash.
No, he's not. Yeah, so I think that whole offense it's just missing something from last year.
Yeah, I agree. What do you think about the tush push? That game?
Oh, hated it.
Watching it, I don't know how many minutes they burned off the clock. Oh, it was. I've always been for keeping it.
Yeah,
the tush push. I don't want to. When the subject was getting brought up, ban it. I was sort of like, well,
don't like banning.
Teams are only trying to ban it because they can't do it.
Yeah, don't like banning it because someone's doing something that they're better than you at.
Yeah,
it's horrible to watch.
It is horrible to watch, and I think they don't need to ban it, but the refs need to get way better with their calls on it because were you watching it?
Yeah, well, you don't even know where the ball is.
Well, they showed it in super slow motion. There should have been a penalty.
I did see that one. Yes. Yeah.
someone jumped
Jumped
yeah,
offside or
jumped offside way
whatever the
too
term is, yeah.
quick before the ball was snapped,
Mm.
and they didn't pick it up, and then it ends up a touchdown. And it was that was 4th down as well. So they were going for it. It was like 4th and inches. It was
Oh, that was
3rd and 1.
Oh, wow.
It was 3rd and 1. Then it went to 4th and inches, and then it should have been a penalty.
Yeah. But yeah, if they wanted, they could push their whole way down the
Yeah.
down the field. It's
yeah.
it's not good for the game, I think.
Nah, I think like part of me still thinks it should be in the game, because my reasoning for that is, well, don't let them get to your 1 yard line. Don't let them get
True.
to your 4
Yeah.
yard line. Don't get them to that close.
Yeah.
Where it becomes viable. But at the same time, I think the refs need to get better with it. They need to be able to, if they can stop the game to have a look, like they do it all the time. Like there's no,
Yeah, they got cameras everywhere. It doesn't
And-
make sense to make them have to miss.
yeah. And if you're coming back to it 2 seconds after they've done it, and it's like, oh, actually that was a penalty, and we didn't call it. Well, just get better with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think
But to summarise, yeah, I'd probably still take Tet over AJ.
yeah,
but, but it's not by much.
yeah, Ted McMillan, I'm selling him. I think if he's, like you said, he's had 2 touchdowns, got under 18 points against the worst defense in the league.
I thought this was going to be the blow-up game. That's why I didn't want to sell him.
Yep.
But to get the Dunze back in the trade, I couldn't say no to it.
Yeah, after seeing this game, I think you'd be pretty happy, because I think this was he had to do something big here.
Yeah, and I don't think it was big enough.
In a game where they scored 40 points, which they never ever do. In a game where they've scored 40 points, they never ever score that many points. I thought he would have done a little bit. Like he did well, but it was off 2 touchdowns.
Yeah,
so
exactly,
if you take those back, then all of a sudden he's had a very, very
very
average
poor
game.
Yeah. So
yeah, I think 100% sell him. Get what you can for him. You could probably get something pretty good for him.
I think you could. Yeah, I think a lot of people will be buying into the rookie hype. He's just scored his touchdowns, but yeah, the volume just wasn't there as we expected, and the run game looks really good for the Panthers.
Yeah. Yep.
So maybe who's someone you'd be keen to selling for? I think
I'd do the AJ Brown again.
You would take AJ Brown?
Yeah, I'd take AJ Brown.
Yep.
Yeah, in that sort of range.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
I don't think you'd go I don't think you'd be able to get anyone higher than AJ Brown. If you can get a Jalen Waddle and go and grab him, I don't think you could now.
I don't like Jalen. But that's
he's doing he's doing better though. Like again, the numbers are there now that Tyreek Hill's gone. That sort of range. Wide receiver.
Trying to think, but I'm trying to think. Yeah, probably someone you think you could take late 2nd or 3rd round, whether it's wide receiver or running back. It's around that range. I think you could get for Tet.
Yeah.
But
right.
I guess I can go. My next sell is DK Metcalf.
Yep.
So I think he's just getting there on his touchdowns at the moment, and I don't really know what that offense is doing. He only had the 4 targets himself.
They're winning games.
They are winning games, but yeah, I guess for fantasy, I don't know what they're doing, because it's a bit of a strange one. I saw in the stats that on their target getters, it was obviously DK the top target getter with only 4, and then it was a tight end, running back, tight end, and then Calvin Austin with 1.
Shit.
So the usage, the usage is all over the place, and yeah, I don't really want any part of it. So I think you should be able to sell DK for a pretty decent wide receiver, or it's probably normally easier to do the pivot to a running back. I'd be keen to do that. I'd go to a Breece Hall pretty comfortably.
With the amount of running back injuries as well, I'd be trying to do the same.
Yeah, in our main league, I'm becoming the running back hoarder. I think I've got 4 starters plus Hendo on the bench and Benson on IR. So
what are you doing with Henderson? It's time to get rid of him.
Yeah, he's actually.
You've held him for too long.
No, he's.
Ramondre Stevens
never hold.
Still getting all the carries.
Yeah.
Now that there's 2 running backs, he didn't really do much.
I don't really want to talk about it, but the fact that he's definitely. I don't have a hold section on this podcast, but he's definitely on my hold section. You can't start him, but
because he looked pretty inefficient with his carries.
It is going to come. Well, no.
This last game,
I'm getting a bit fired up here.
He looked pretty bang average.
Ramondre.
He looked very bad.
He looked even more bang
terrible.
Average.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make any sense why they're not making the move. And
I think because Drake May can run the ball better than the running backs can.
I think so, but 9 carries, 27 yards. What's that? 3 yards a carry. Not the best, but 13 carries, 18 yards for Steve-O. Plus, he's got the fumbling issue.
Yeah.
Why are you not giving the rookie a go?
Just leave it in Drake May's hands.
It's really giving me the shits, to be honest.
Drake May will run it or he'll throw it.
As someone that took him as my third pick,
Oof.
it's not looking good. And they don't have the bye to week 14, which actually...
I know it's because I got a lot of players. I got Drake May and Diggs.
I really
all
hate that
49ers
actually,
players.
because I was about to say to you maybe after the bye they're waiting for it, but if they're waiting for after the bye, I'm cooked.
Yeah.
It's going to be playoffs.
Yep, you're James cooked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think get rid of him. You could drop him.
But what?
Why waste space?
Yeah, but who am I dropping him for? Tom Brady.
I'd keep. Well, Tom Brady's going to do a little bit more than Travion Henderson. He's going to give you team pep talks. Bam Knight. I'd keep Bam Knight over him.
No, I definitely wouldn't.
But Bam Knight's actually going to produce. Bam Knight's had a better game than Travion
Bam Knight
Henderson
is
has.
sharing the backfield.
So is Travion Henderson.
On a much worse team.
Is it a much worse team?
I mean, go Cardinals, but it's definitely a much worse team.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd rather Bam Knight. That's how low I've got him now.
Yeah. Well, good thing he's on my team then. But yes. Yeah, if you're in Dynasty, definitely a buy low. Go get him right now. He'll be good.
Won't cost you much.
It'll cost you a bit.
All right, my sells.
Yep.
I've already gone over one, Kenneth Walker.
Yep.
Sell him. Yes, Kenneth Walker, my sell. Get rid of him. Name value. If you're in win now team, you got to win now. Win now. I'll say win now one more time. Win now. Yeah, get rid of him while you still can. It's probably a bit too late. Actually, although I'm a nuffy that just offered Cam Scatterbo for him before this game. I offered Cam Scatterbo for Kenneth Walker, and get this, it got turned down because Kenneth Walker apparently had more upside than Cam Scatterbo. So
he'd be looking pretty silly now.
I'm so happy he declined.
I can't talk because after week 1, I also had Scatterbo offered to me for Dylan Sampson, and I said no. Sampson was coming off. He scored 17 points that first week. It was looking good. Judkins was nowhere to be seen. And week 2, Judkins came out of nowhere. Sampson, I dropped him.
Sampson was on waivers by week 3.
Yeah, week 2, I dropped him. And Scatterbo turned it on week 2. So, yeah, we've all got them trades. We wish we could go back and change.
Yep.
That's definitely one for me.
Yeah. My third sell, Kendrick Bourne.
Yeah, very obvious.
Yeah, I think he does still have a potentially. I think he's got 1 or 2 good games left in him. But if you can capitalize now, if you don't need those massive points on your team right now, sort of like what I've done with Michael Carter.
Yeah,
I got him. I thought he was going to be. Was when we thought he was going to be the starter.
Yeah.
Then Bam Knight comes in.
Bam.
But yeah, do the same thing with Kendrick Bourne. Sell him while you can because in 4 or 5 weeks' time, his value is probably going to be 0. He'll be on waivers.
Dear God, it's Kendrick Bourne. For those that follow the Instagram, get around the memes.
Thanks, Daryl. But yeah, key takeaway: get rid of Travion Henderson.
No, but but I got one final sell here. It's not a particular player, and we mentioned it a little bit earlier. Is if you're under 500, so essentially if you've won 2 games or less, leaving out a week 6, you have to sell off the injured players and get production now. So, I mean, I doubt there's any teams out there that have Puka and they're 2 wins and under. So I'm not going to worry about Puka. But if you got a Mike Evans sitting there wasting away, if you got Egbuka's probably going to miss a few games now. Garrett Wilson, if it's confirmed he's going to miss some games. Unfortunately, I think the best course of action is to trade for some players that are performing now. Ideally, someone that's gone through their bye, so you don't have to miss that as well. So I think Garrett Wilson, he's been performing really well. Maybe could you get an Adunze or a London, even though he might miss a week or 2, potentially? Yeah. And then both of them have gone through their buys. I think that'd be a really good deal.
Yeah, I think so. I think prior to this week, I think Wilson was like the wide receiver 5 on the year.
I think he was, yeah. That sounds familiar.
Yeah, so he's getting shitloads of targets. Obviously, he's had a bad week, but he was up against Pat Surtain.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase had a bad week against Surtain.
Yeah, and I think everyone knows that now. If they got enough knowledge on the NFL, they'll know. Yeah, Garrett Wilson's just come against best
The
corner.
best corner.
Yeah, the best corner in the best defense. He'll be better going forward, and he has been better than that all year. So, but yeah, unfortunately, a lot of the podcasts or things out there that I like to listen to, they only really mention, oh, if you're 6-0 or if you're 5-1, here are the guys at target that have got upside later in the year. They always seem to fail to mention if you're not doing too well, what you should do. So I wouldn't mind being the podcast that does that. And yeah, you just got to move on from your players not performing now or not even in your lineup if they're injured, and go for win now players.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, your Bam Knights, your Michael Carters, your
I mean,
the non-flashy players.
I wouldn't
but
be
the ones
going for
that'll
any
give
of
you,
them because
but
it's
the ones that aren't big names, but will give you points.
yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
A good one for me this week. I mean, it's only a 1 week rental because I think Puka will be out because it's the London or Europe game, and then they got the bye. But I think Devontae Adams, big week incoming.
Yeah, big beneficiary.
And Jordan Whittington could be one off the waivers.
I do have him as a waiver.
Yeah, I think he could be. I think he's safe for at least 8 points, which obviously isn't massive, but could be good if you need it.
In your flex, you're happy with that. I'll just bang out my waiver claims. So first one, Sterling Shepard, if he's available.
He's probably number one. Yeah.
Michael Wilson, for the Cardinals.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense actually. Yeah.
I think it'll be. It could be Zay Jones, but I'm thinking Michael Wilson, because obviously Marv's going to miss a game.
Yeah, at least
concussion.
Game, yeah.
He's going to miss at least one. So it'll be a very short term sort of waiver claim. I don't think many people are going to go for Michael Wilson. Don't have to spend much on him. So I think he'll be good.
Yep.
PPR, and then Whittington as well. Just PPR, they'll give you a good little flex, sort of 8 to 10 points.
Yeah.
You're happy with that, and then there's upside for a little bit more.
Yep. Yeah, I like that. I mean, I haven't written a waiver section this week, but yeah, agree with everything you said. I think if Bam Knight is still out there, obviously you go get him because potentially could be the RB1 for the Cardinals for the next few weeks.
Yeah, unless they bring up someone else from the practice squad.
Yeah, well, maybe just to
give everyone a go.
To give Democado the middle finger. Yeah,
yeah,
they might do that.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Did you see what's his name? Your head coach got fined $100,000.
Yeah, I did say that.
Although I think that's fair. You can't go hitting players.
Yeah, I think it's.
Regardless of like what they've done, you can't go hitting players on the sideline.
He's also the same bloke that hasn't been using Marv properly and is refusing to turn Kyler into. He was number one pick. He should be an elite quarterback. He's just not showing it.
Yeah. Yeah, the Cardinals. What can I say?
Yeah, it's a great team to support. And my second team, Cincinnati's not doing much better either.
Oh, shit. Actually, you see Trey Hendrickson potentially getting traded to the 49ers.
Well,
Fred Warner's...
They need a defensive player.
Do you see that? Fred Warner's out for the season.
Yeah.
Hendrickson to the 49ers seems a lot more realistic now that Federico is injured.
Warner. Makes sense. And obviously they lost Nick Bosa a few weeks ago.
Yeah, that defense
so they do need help. Do need help on the defense.
Yeah, Hendrickson
so makes a lot of sense. Yeah,
Hendrickson would be good. Especially the Bengals. Like, what are they going to do with him? The trade deadline's coming up. They aren't going to extend him.
If that move does happen, all the more reason. If you are a team like I mentioned that you're struggling, I think it's good. You got to target the matchups. So you got Dallas, great matchup. Titans, good matchup. Bengals, good matchup. About to get even better.
Yeah,
if that goes through.
Imagine that if they lose their one star.
Target the players coming up against these teams, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's sort of the big takeaways from this week. Even more injuries. I thought the injuries would have slowed down at least, but even more. So yeah, hopefully it hasn't really rocked your lineups too much. At this point, it's all luck. You just got injury luck on your teams. If you have a team that doesn't get rocked by injuries, you're probably going to do well. It doesn't matter how much research you sort of put into it. If your team gets injured, you're done.
Yeah. So based on that, actually, one team that I don't mind targeting, just a last minute buys, is the Broncos. They got the Giants and Dallas the next 2 games.
Who are you grabbing though?
I like the look of Cortland Sutton.
Yeah, he's probably the one.
He's coming off a bad game. only the 3 targets, 1 catch.
Yep.
But was solid before that with 3 games over 17 points. And 2 solid weeks coming up. Yeah, I don't mind trying to get him.
Yeah. Or
So I might
even
see what I can do this week.
potentially Evan Ingram. He's starting to mix in a little bit more.
Yeah. If you're looking for a tight end, he could be one. Although because you can grab tight ends off waivers, I really don't like trading for them.
Yeah.
Unless like our situation where I gave you Kittle for Ferguson, which made sense for my team and
Made
your
sense
team.
for both teams,
Yeah, I think it's going to be a win-win.
Yeah. 100%.
Yep.
I agree. All right. Good luck for tomorrow. Hope you win.
Yeah, thank you. I got all four players playing, so
yeah, hopefully the Bears do
I'll
well.
be waiting for the watch to go touchdown, Roma Dunze.
I bloody
It's a great feeling.
hate having these. I think all season I've had players coming down to the Tuesday game,
Yeah,
and it has been an absolute killer. This is the first week I think I've had all season where it's like, I know I've won, and it's good. I like it.
yeah.
Um,
I'm not out of the woods yet, but I am feeling confident.
it's a killer.
Yeah.
I've been waiting to the last snap in a lot of games.
Yeah.
The Derrick Henry fumble
Won you the game.
won me the game.
Yeah, that was funny.
But yeah, sucks to be you. Having to wait.
Hopefully this time tomorrow
But you
night
should
I'll be
win.
feeling good.
Hopefully nothing bad happens to the Bears. They all get stuck in traffic.
I hope they don't.
They might.
Maybe the other team does.
All right. Yeah, good luck.
All good.
All right. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. See you guys next time for week 7.
Week 7.
Over and out.
Halfway. All right. See you later.